This is day 16 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, and today's Arukh HaShulchan is Siman Ches Sif Chaf to Siman Tes Sif Daled. So, without further ado, Siman Ches Sif Chaf. Because Rabbeinu Beis Yosef Besif Yud Daled. Beis Yosef wrote in Sif Yud Daled in Pashat with the taliso. If you took off your talis, if you your daito lachso isatibo, even if you had mind to put it back on, tzarich levorech. You have to make a bracha again when you put it back on this next time. That's the end of the quote from Beis Yosef. The Tomolov, they were astonished at him. It's good when he has in mind to put it back on that he shouldn't make another bracha. Commotion posek makam simatov reish lamates, like the way it says if it could sell paskins later when somebody left the sukkah with the intent of coming back, they inside a baruch, you don't have to make a second bracha when you come back. And that which the Beis Yosef in his parish on the tour draw a parallel between this case, my isa besukah, that which it says in sukkah the bitfilin. That by tefillin halacha is when you take them off in order to go into the bathroom. When you put it back, come back out and put it back on, you make a new bracha. That's because the ein zadimya. This is not a parallel. The tefillin when you go to the bathroom, you have to take them off. So also you go into beis hakisa. You can't go into the bathroom with your tefillin on. So the Arukh HaShulchan wants to say that the Beis Yosef, the Mechaber, is correct. How so? That which he took up as talis, is because you have something you're going to do that you don't want to do. You're wearing the talis, even though theoretically you were allowed to do so. So tzrocha, because he wants you to go to the bathroom. He came dachye la talis biyadayim. He pushed it off with his hands. He deliberately pushed it off. That's good. I guess good example would be someone's going to play ball, play basketball, go swimming, and they're taking off their tzitzis. It's not comparable to sukkah. The Baal Korcho tzarich says sukkah. By sukkah, you are compelled. See this better angle for the light. No, it's worse. Sorry, I'm not home, so I can't do it my regular place where the lighting is seems more optimal than this. Okay, so the so you say I push it off with you deliberately, right? The sukkah, it's not comparable. The sukkah, where it's not you pushing it off, you have to leave the sukkah for some other reason. So since you have to leave the sukkah, when you have mind to immediately come back, you don't make another bracha. But here, he could have continued to wear the talis again, presumably a talis cotton. With another chayom, he deliberately pushed it off. It is in fact beginning to be pushed off. Hefsek and an interruption, but tzarich levarach had to make a bracha. But on the contrary, garua mitfilin. It's worse than tefillin. The tefillin shebegal korcho, that whether he wants to or not, tzarich mechuyev lasim, has to take him off. The comment on matzino and several things we find. The dachye b'yadayim, tchi yadayim, when you push something off with your hands, gora mitchi mimela, it's worse than pushing it off. It's being pushed off on its own. Okay, so makes it worse. But that's Sif Chaf Aleph. He brings down our Rabbeinu Ramah because of the issue Shem Barchim Daito Lachso Isate Po. The Ramah writes that you don't make a bracha if you had a mind to go back and put it on again. Some people say specifically when the talis cotton remains upon him. That's the minhag. The end of quote. Many people have already toiled in this. Why should make a difference whether the talis cotton remains him or not? What does the talis cotton have to do with removing the larger talis? So people explain, what does the Rambam mean? He meant the following. The mefurash b'daitel of shomiyad. If you had in mind explicitly to put it right back on, no matter what, you don't have to make a bracha again. If you didn't have a mind to put it right back on, and then nevertheless you change your mind and put it almost immediately back on, no matter what, you have to make a new bracha. If you took it off without any specific intent cloud at all, then if the talis kotan remains upon you, have a kedai, it is regarded as having das to put it back on immediately. You don't want to make a bracha. And if the talis kotan is not remaining upon him, have a kedai to shlo miyad. We interpret his das. We tell him how to interpret his own das. That the guy to show love shemiyat says if he had mind not to put it on again immediately, so it allows the bracha, he has to go back and make a new bracha. In terms of halacha, suffix brachas lahakel, no matter what happens, when you put it back on immediately, you don't have to make a new bracha. And even if you're not wearing the talis kotan because of the das miyad, and even if you have no specific das in mind, that is the minhag, and we should not change it. Moving one place to place, it's not like food. Moving place to place to have sake, because you're still wearing that same talis. So the Mr. Brewer writes that bistama, it's bistama. In other words, without any differentiation. If the talis kotan does remain upon you, whether daito to put it back on, talis kotan to put it back on immediately, or sometime later, you have to make bracha regardless. Only if you took up the talis in the middle of davening, then even bistama, it's like he had in mind to put it back on, which you go immediately after the bathroom. The Bialocha says that the best idea to be yotzei all the shitos here, to fulfill all the opinions, is that you should mecham at the time of bracha, that if you need to take it off, that you're going to put it back on again. And then presumably the bracha is activated by that t'nai, so therefore you don't have to make a new bracha every time you put it back on, whether wearing talis kotan or not. Chav Gimel, the Torah writes, Yoshim Taliso ain't so levarach bo lava boker. If you're sleeping in a talis, don't make a new bracha in the morning. Ak kalashona, it's the end of quote. Tama pashut, that's the reason it's simple. They came into the das harosh. Since according to being a rosh, he's bought up a siman yud ches, which you come clarify siman yud ches, diksu sam yuchal liyom chayav gam balayla, that a garment which is designated for the day also requires them tzitzis at night. So it comes out that Laila have a hefsek. The nighttime is not a hefsek, right? Because you have to have a tzitzis on also at night. Avodas Rambam Sham the Belaila kol begapotim tzitzis. According to Rambam, no, we don't need any garment to have tzitzis at night. So according to that, the varich have a varich, so we have to make a new bracha in the morning. Rabbi says Sifta Zayin Kosav. The Beis Yosef writes, "Allah b'taliso b'laylo tzarich l'barach lo b'boker." Somebody who slept in his talis tonight, he still has to make a bracha in the morning. Even if he didn't take it off. The tov l'mashmish bo b'shas brachas. It's best to rub it, to feel it at the time you make a bracha. We said by tefillin again the same thing. You should feel it a bit. You have to make a new bracha. Akan l'shono. V'olech l'shitasa b'sifra gadol. And the Rosh here follows his shita in his great sefer, B'tshuva Klal Beis, in the Tshuvas, Pasakein. That's the way he paskins. Yesh mishakasta da Rosh Pasakein l'das ha'shoel. Some say that the Rosh paskins this way for the person who asks a question according to his own opinion. The Sfir Leika Rambam. It was like the Rambam that nighttime doesn't affect Zman. Nighttime tefillin does not affect. The Beis Shekasav Tshuva, at the time he wrote the Tshuva Love of Psikli Achdina. The halach was not clear to him, Adayin, yet. The Ksus Yom Chayav Apalayla, that he was required, the Ksus Yom even has the garment of the day, has to have tzitzis on it at night. Says the Arukh HaShulchan, of course, b'chol eila dvorim dechukim kamuvan. This is a very difficult thing to say. I think what the Rosh means is when he sleeps, it's different. True. The garment of the required tzitzis at night, that's true. It's a great distraction to fall asleep, and therefore it's a hesach hadas. It takes you away from the mitzvah, so you have to make the bracha again in the morning. The levush is the 10. According to the psak of the Beis Yosef is correct that you have to make a bracha in the morning, even though you slept in your tzitzis. Mikomakom, nevertheless, Arukh HaShulchan writes, Safek brachas laka. It's a Safek way to make a bracha or not. You're lenient, you don't make the bracha in the morning. You should know that when you have to make a new bracha, the Beis Yosef says it's good to rub around, fill your tzitzis. The Mashashen Kuva, it sounds like you don't actually, it's not an impediment to making the bracha. Varekenu, it's definitely true. The davka but tefillin hamishmush ikar, because only by tefillin is the filling it up considered to be primary. The mitzvah mashmish, because the mitzvah mashmish is supposed to be mashmish, but it's a tefillin kol shah, right? So therefore, by tefillin, shimush, moving around, is primary. The chiyuv anamika, it's also obligatory. Have a tzitzis in order to focus on tefillin. Have a tzitzis mishmush lomar level amori. By tzitzis, rubbing it here, rubbing it there, makes no difference anywhere. The tefillin are certain besach hadas, mash mishman. Because the reason why you have to keep touching your tefillin is because tefillin becomes possible if you get distracted from it. That's why you have to do it. But avalo tzitzis, so it does not apply to tzitzis. Because I've been around, he says that when you put your towels before daybreak, that's the way you should do it. Put it on, and by mashmesh later when the time comes, and make the bracha. Upashatu, Rosh says that's obvious. Anybody puts on a garment or wraps up in a garment. Shehu chaya b'tzitzis, which is obligated in tzitzis. V'lo yitil b'tzitzis, and he did not put tzitzis in the garment. Bitel mitzvah tzitzis, he nullified the mitzvah tzitzis. Over b'chol rega, and anytime he wears it that way, he is over b'chol rega. Mitzvah say he's transgressing every moment the mitzvah say of asulachem tzitzis. Abi shulavish beged acher b'tzitzis. Now, this is, he says, a big chiddush that, it's not a big chiddush, I might have skipped the line. It's called lovish beged, miskasa beged. Anybody who wears the garment, covers himself in garment. No, I did read it. Pay attention. Sorry. Called lovish beged, miskasa beged. Anybody who puts on a garment or covers himself in a garment, shuchai b'tzitzis, which has four corners, v'leitibul tzitzis, and input. Tzitzis in Bita mitzvah say you negate the mitzvah say of Asulachem tzitzis. V'orechol rega, every moment you transgress mitzvah say. Abishu lovish beged acher tzitzis, even though you wear another garment which does have tzitzis. Wearing that same garment where there's a chiyuv of tzitzis, ain't no paran. You're orechol rega v'rega. Okay. Yoshem etaliso tov livtoro so b'talis goro. I kind of throw away at the end of the simon. Rosh Hashanah says if you are since we said savi brachas lahakel, you don't make a bracha on the tzitzis in the morning, but the best thing to do is put on a talis goro, and then you can make the bracha lisatei b'tzitzis without any problem. Okay, simon test, which is meaning begodim chayav b'tzitzis beis b'turim. What garments are liable for tzitzis and which not? Aleph. Dak, Gemara yesh machlokas Tanoim l'Amoraim. There's a difference of opinion between Tanoim and Amoraim the Gemara. V'chein ben ha-poskim ish pluktazan, also among the poskim. Im shara begonim vad bigdei tzemeru pishtim. If other garments, other ones made of wool or linen, Chayim Tzitzis Mina Torah are required to have Tzitzis Midoraisa. Or Shibtur Mina Torah, or that they're exempt from the Torah. For Ak Midorabbana Chayim Tzitzis, Kedeli Zor B'Mitzvah Tzitzis. And so they chiv the Rabbana to put Tzitzis on the other materials in order to recall in order to become a Mitzvah Tzitzis. So the reason of this dispute is the Elu HaMachayim, and those who say you have to make you have to put tzitzis midoraisa on any garment of any material. The Omrim Daksiv the Sulachem Lem Tzitzis Akafei Vigdehem says put the tzitzis on the corners of your garments. The Chom Begadim Emachma doesn't preclude any garment, all the garments. Pochim Omrim, and those who say don't have to, that tzitzis from other garments don't need other garments don't need tzitzis. They hold Omrim the Gilsa Torah ben Goyim, since the Torah said by tzoras beged bishim is limited to wool or linen. It became shatnez kasuv. Or similar by Shanas, that's seven b'shtim. This is only by wool and linen together. Shema Minah, from this we conclude the kol begadim amurim b'Torah, that all the garments as the Torah heim rak tzemer upishtim. They're only wool and linen. Zel shona shas b'menachos. Whole of them who have begadim b'Torah stam. Since the garments are mentioned in Torah without specification, but in one location in the Torah says what garments are referring to, wool and linen. So to any other beged in Torah is wool or linen. One of these is Nigoim, Tzaras. The Sibu Beged, where it says there's a Tzaras and a Beged. Ava B'Shatnez Loksi Beged. B'Shatnez, however, doesn't say the word Beged. Varif Aram Pasuk Achir B'Shar B'Godim, who me the Rabbanon. I'm sorry, B'Shatnez Loksi B'Shatnez Loksi Beged. That's why it has to tell us explicitly that is linen and wool, even though it already told us for a sharp garment, for other garments. The Rif and the Rambam and the Rif paskin that the chiyuv of other begonim in tzitzis is only the Rabbanon. But Rashi, Utaisus, Varash, Vasmag, Paskim with the Raisa, and then other garments require tzitzis mida Raisa. Chaim Pasak Rabbeinu Ramah B'Sif Aleph. So Pasuk Ramah. Varatos Chaim maybe Railazem Mishnah Per Test the Kilaim. That's Chaim brings the proof of this from the Mishnah of 9th Parak of Kilaim. The Chashimila the Tzemer Pishtim. It talks about what Tzemer Pishtim can be. It's right. The Chashva Mishnah below Chashva said the tzitzis. It mentions Tzemer Pishtim, and it doesn't mention tzitzis. V'ulai Mishum L'Kol Hani the Mechshav Sham Gami Rabbanan Ein Chiyuv Lokein B'Tzitzis. Maybe the only I mentioned there because Midrabanan there's no obligation. Even Midrabanan there's no obligation. As opposed to here where there is an obligation to at least the Rabbanan in other garments. Base Hatzitzis Tzarchlios Mishnei Minim. Tzitzis has to be from two types: Michutei Lavan, strings of white, Michutei Tchelas, and strings of Tchelas. Like it says, the Nasla Tzitzis are going to seal Tchelas. You have to put on the tzitzis on the corner of the tzitzis a string of Tchelas. For Ashi Taisis Kosu Reish Perak Tchelas. For Ashi Taisis both worth the Ba'in on Shnei Chutim Lavan, Shnei Chutim Tchelas. You have two and two. Two blue and two white. For Rambam, the Reish Tzitzis Rambam real rules Kosav Chut Echad Shetchelas the Gimel Lavan. He says 3 and 1. Till now he said 2 and 2. Now Rambam is 3 and 1. 3 of linen. I'm sorry. three white, and one blue. Okay. So it's customary to assume that the Rambam meant 1 out of 8. Not that the double, it has to be doubled. And both sides of the doubled tzitzis require tcheles. Oh no, only one side. And that way you have 7 strings which are white and 1 string which is blue. Vasmag was a chavav kasa b'shtei adeos. Smag brings down both opinions. Zel shono. Shtaim shel love and shtaim shel tcheles. 2 of white and 2 of tcheles. O sholosh love or 3 of white. V'achar shel tcheles ad kan l'shono. That's the end of the call to mashma. Then creative is there. It sounds like we're not meticulous about this. Avam b'tois shel mashma the shnaim likuva. So it sounds like 2 is an impediment. Bringing Shamba to be mitzvah mitzvah. Bringing Shamba Gemara. Says the Gemara, mitzvah aktim lavan l'tchelos. It's a mitzvah to acquire lavan for your tzitzit before tchelos. V'mitim tchelos l'lavan yotza. I'm sorry, it's not when you're buying it. It's when you're making it. It's better to put the white in first, but the tchelos went in first. It's fine. Mitzvah min amuvchar. You didn't do the mitzvah. It's ultimate sense. Kimmel. Ve'ein zeh shnei mitzvahs mitzvah achas. These are not 2 mitzvahs, but rather 1 mitzvah. Rambam Sham, Amru Chacham Yolochem L'Tzitzis. Chachamim said should be for you tzitzis. Melamed Sheshneim Mitzvah Achas. They're both 1 mitzvah. The Lavan and Tchelis together, not 2 separate mitzvahs. 1 mitzvah for Lavan and another mitzvah for Tchelis. No. V'shonim Mishnah Sham. We'll learn the Mishnah there. Tchelis ain't a makav. It's a Lavan. If you don't have Tchelis, doesn't mean you shouldn't go all out with sorry. It doesn't mean you should go out only if you have no tcheles. I mean, you should not go out with white. If you have no white, doesn't mean you shouldn't go out with tcheles. You should make the entire garment from whatever you have if that's necessary. Make the 4 corners white or blue. You'd say Rambam I love and makit. According to Rambam, it's not that way. According to Rambam, the love is this white is essential. So tchelos below love, if you did tchelos without white, lo yotze, you didn't. We're not yotze. Above love and below tchelos yotze. But why without tchelos you are yotze? In one respect, white is not impediment. Shim also love and tchelos. Nifsak halavan v'nishat tchelos levado kosher. Ayin sham says that if some of the strings got cut off on one side, on the same side. Otherwise, it's a problem. If you're doing it, again, she must love and tcheles and ifsaka love and yishat tcheles vado kosher. They went made white and blue, and the blue came off, or the white came off, and you have only tcheles. It's kosher. Dalit. Umal tcheles. What is tcheles? Because we're on Rishberg basement tzitzis. Tcheles amur b'Torah b'chol makom. Tcheles, which is mentioned in Torah in all the places. Who would semra tzavua b'pasuch shebekachol. It's the dye, the wool which is dyed with the drawn out color of blue, which I assume they knew what it meant. Zui de musarkia, and that looks like the sky. And here's the line, which you see with your eye. I'm sorry. And here's the line. Hashemesh b'torah shokia, that which you see the sun at its high point, the apex of its orbit. And because the tzitzis has to be with the known process of dying. So metas be if you have low tishnei that should remain beautiful and not change. The kol shalom itzba bozo tzfiyah, anytime it wasn't colored the same dye. Plus tzitzis, it's no good. You can't use it for tzitzis. Aval b'shenik enokia, even though it looks beautifully like this guy. Kigon shitzavo b'astis, or b'shachor, or b'shar mashchir. He gives a list of things which give dark dyes. I raise the plus of tzitzis, and it's plus of tzitzis. Rechel bas eiz, if you have like a funny situation where a goat gave birth to a sheep, samra pasa tzitzis you can't use, it's wool for tzitzis. Umao tzviya hayadua, what is the known coloring, which is mentioned here. If you have to do the tcheles b'tzviyasa tzviya yadua, with no coloring. B'dam chilazon. That refers to the blood of the chilazon, which today we normally translate as murex trunculus. For those of us who wear chelas nowadays, that's the one which we use. Except if you're a Radzinar, which doesn't really exist, or Breslover. Okay, and that will be explained later on.